Hi, my name is Christie Cate. I'm the English voice of Qiqi in Genshin Impact, as well as the Unknown God, and I am going to teach you how to do impressions of my castmates. Let's start with Ayaka. Amisato Ayaka, present. So her voice is very enunciated, very airy, very youthful. Amisato Ayaka, present. So notice how I'm really hitting every sort of consonant in there. It's very airy. There's a lot of regalness to her because she's kind of a princess character, but it's also even-toned. Kamisato Ayaka, present. All right, with Ayato, he has a very kind of Shakespearean sort of vibe to him. Oh, so you collect these. Everything is very enunciated, very projected. Oh, so you collect these. I'm not a male voice, but that's kind of how I would place him. It's also very regal in a sense. All right, for Albedo, he has a younger sound than some of the other characters. Everything is very level sounding, not a lot of highs and lows. While some things are enunciated, not everything is, which is why you get something like, come into being. All right, for Alhaitham, he is very confident in what he's saying, very even-toned. This weather is perfect for doing nothing at all. Everything is enunciated and smart sounding. It's almost as if he has his arms crossed, like he knows what he's saying the whole time, you know? Okay, for Amber, everything is super high-pitched and excited and enunciated. Outrider Amber reporting for duty. Everything is very clear. It's a little musical, very happy, smiley, bright. All right, so for Barbara, everything is super young and high-pitched and airy, and a little nervous, and giggly. So it's, Barbara's here. Yeah. All right, Beidou is a little bit more low voice, enunciated, confident. I'm Beidou. If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. There's a slight nasal to it, but not a lot. Very confident, arms crossed. She knows what she's doing. Okay, so for Bennett, he is very excited, wide mouth, nasal with rasp. So Benny's adventure team, assemble! Very projected, wide mouth. Candace is fun. When she's in battle, she's very punchy. Do your worst, right? Everything is very, I'm gonna get you. But then when she's not in battle, everything's a little bit more airy and thought out when she's speaking, and level, as opposed to being punchy, which is do your worst. Chongyun is very intelligent. He has enunciation, nasal, flat speech, his mouth is leaning this way when he talks. Submit for judgment. It would be like that. I have a feminine presenting voice, so it's not going to sound just like him. From whence you came. Do you see how it's like my mouth is wider? Yeah, very enunciated. Collei, just like we rehearsed. Very high-pitched. She's punchy with certain things, just like we rehearsed. Not every line. So there will be certain times where she really wants to push a word, but not all the time. Not everything is enunciated, but it's very happy, smiley, and high-pitched. Cyno just says, I'm just kidding. But he has a very raspy tone, very sort of arms crossed idea as well when he's speaking, projected, enunciated. He knows what he's doing. Childe is interesting. He's very sing-songy. I'm number 11 of the Fatui Harbingers, codename Childe. And there's a lot of smile in his voice. Very just pushed forward, kind of a bravado to it. Kind of almost prince sounding. Okay, Dehya has a very deep tone. My name's Dehya. She kind of ends a lot of her sentences on a lower end. With a rasp to it. Very confident in what she's doing. You know, she's gonna fight you. Okay, Diluc has a very lower sound to his voice, but it's very projected and enunciated. Diluc of Mondstadt, no time for idle chit-chat. Everything is very enunciated. He knows what he's doing. He's also kind of got that arms crossed sort of attitude as well. Diona, bartender of the Cat's Tail. Everything is kind of musical, very raspy, very high-pitched. Bartender of the Cat's Tail. Very kind of she would kind of have a frown on her face when she's talking. A little bossy, you know. Diona. Dori, very musical, very quick and sharp. The more the merrier. Enunciated, small mouth. She's a child, higher pitched. Eula has a very level pacing, kind of almost like a regal sound. Rack and ruin, very enunciated, mid to low voice, confidence. Faruzan, everything is very punchy, airy, high pitched, enunciated. And with this gift, Fischl, wings of darkness, come, sever night from day. Very high pitched, enunciated, performative. It's like she's thinking about what she's saying because she's putting it on like a show, right? Okay, Ganyu is very airy, enunciated, even toned, smart. It's so nice to de-stress. A lot of smile. Gorou is sort of high-pitched for a male. My cat is messing up the curtains. Small mouth, projected, enunciated. Everyone on me. A lot of his speech is very much like he is telling you something as a general too, so it's kind of punchy. Hu Tao, very airy, high-pitched, hilly churl, billy churl. A lot of air, a lot of smile. Very musical in how she speaks, very giggly. Heizou has a very youthful voice. It's like his mouth is wide when he's speaking, but it's also very enunciated, like a slight rasp to it. Fracture. All right, Itto has a lot of bravado, a lot of highs and lows. It's showtime. He'll take certain words and elongate them. And a lot of times one of his sentences will go faster than the other. So he'll kind of be like, oh, really? And then the next sentence is really fast. And then he's often laughing at his own jokes too. So there's little giggles and kind of arrogance thrown in there too, in a nice way. I'll be honest, Jean is one of the hardest ones for me to personally place because it is so close to Stephanie's natural voice print. I do hope the Knights of Avonius are working hard. It's very punchy. Occasionally she does lilt up in some of her sentences, kind of like an upspeak idea. And she does enunciate quite a few words as well. And more thoughtful about what she's saying compared to some of the other characters, so it's not always like super quick, but very much in charge. Okay, Kazuha is very lyrical, and when he's speaking, but still it's even toned. It's almost as if everything he's saying is kind of to himself in a sense. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. There's a lot of air in there, a slight rasp, youthful, higher pitched sound. But again, very meditative, like he's really ruminating on everything he's saying. Kaeya, I didn't know you were such a slacker. He likes to elongate certain words, like slacker. Oh, so sorry. And there's like almost like breaks in pacing, you know. Oh, so sorry. Everything is definitely confident. He's got that smooth sort of lower bravado to his voice and delivery. Everything is enunciated. He knows what he's talking about. Keqing. Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go. Very nasally, very young, high-pitched, enunciated, thorough, and like she knows what she's saying. Come on, like, let's go. Glee. Spark Knight Glee of the Knights of Avonius, reporting for duty. Everything is kind of smaller mouth, wide open up and down. Very much not enunciated. She's a child. You know, there's certain words that she has difficulty saying. Very high-pitched, cute, a lot of smile. Spark Knight Glee of the Knights of Avonius, reporting for duty. Yeah. Kokomi, very high-pitched, enunciated, and punchy. Hold the line. Very like, you know, each word she says is almost punchy like this. And it's high-pitched, a little bit of rasp, and airy. Okay, so for Kuki, it's a slight nasal, high-pitched, very much knows what she's doing, a little punchy. Our bond is strong. Boss. Like she gets annoyed too at boss, so there's a lot of like little like noises in there as well. Kujou Sara is a little bit more mid-tone. I will lead us to victory. Everything is enunciated, a little bit punchy. Layla is very airy. Guiding stars. Not very enunciated, youthful sounding, but again, a lot of air, high-pitched. My guiding stars. Lisa's a little bit more low tone. Hello, cuties. She's more musical with how she's saying things. Lumine has a lot of smile, air, wistfulness, and youthful sound. Ether! Ether also has a very youthful tone to his voice, very projected. Lumine! Like everything he says is kind of going forward this way. There's my cat. Yeah. My cat is here. Mika's a little difficult. We'd better stay battle ready. Our mission could start at any time. It's kind of like small mouth, but tight, low, and punchy all at the same time. So your mouth is not going to get too large. It's going to stay smaller, but flat, but you're still enunciating and punching everything. Mona, written in the stars. Kind of like a mid-Atlantic accent. So a lot of her words have like written as opposed to written. And then stars, like there's a lot of R on the stars. Younger, also very musical. Okay, Nahida. It's memory. High-pitched, small mouth, but still kind of flat. To memory. A lot of air, a little bit of rasp. Some of her sentences are a little bit more questioning because she's young. She tries to enunciate, but she's still a child, so not everything is fully like regal or whatnot. It's kind of oh, a minute to memory. Milu is very airy and not enunciated and sing-songy. Hello, I'm Milu. A little bit of it's like she sounds like a princess, if that makes sense. Hello. Like it's like her breath is going with the air. It like dances as she speaks. Ningguang will do like these sort of throaty sounds. I'm Ningguang. Like Ningguang. Like it's speaking in the back of my throat when I'm saying that. She's mid-tone, very enunciated with everything she's saying, and pointed. Noelle, steady as stone. Very level paced with how she's speaking, quick, airy, youthful, steady as stone. Certain words kind of elongate more than others. And she also has like a nervous pattern when she's speaking. It's because she's trying to be the best maid, you know. For Qiqi, I voice her. Wasn't there something here a second ago? Everything is very languid. She's really thinking about what she's saying. A lot of musicality with what her sentences. It's flat, projected, small, all in your mouth, very small. Go find it. A lot of air, higher pitched, but again, like even toned. It's all in your mouth when you're speaking. So you really have to project it when you're saying it, but it's still small mouth and flat mouthed. Raiden Shogun, everything is very enunciated, even toned. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. A little bit of air, a little bit of rasp, definitely sort of a haughty attitude in a sense. She knows what she is talking about. Don't waste her time. But there's also a lot of wistfulness in her speaking. She's also very thinking about memories. Razor, he's a little bit high-pitched, but he also kind of has a little bit of a growly thing to him. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. A little bit of a nasal sound, too. Everything is sort of punchy because his speech is like this pattern. Rosaria is very quick. This will slow things down. Enunciated, deeper toned. Sayu, catch up on my sleep. Very airy, flat-mouthed, tiny-mouthed. But also a lot of stuff sounds sleepy because she's tired. She ends sentences on the lower end. Can I go catch up on my sleep? It's almost musical sounding in that she's about to fall asleep in a lot of her lines. Shinha is very level toned, even, mid to low pitch. So this is what the world considers treasure. Sucrose.
I'm Sucrose, a researcher of alchemy.
With her, everything is very quick, high pitched, airy, not a lot of enunciation.
I'm Sucrose, a researcher of alchemy.
Do you hear it kind of like shush, swirls together in a sense?
I'm Sucrose, a researcher of alchemy.
Very quick, almost nervous in her speech. Scaramouche has a very high-pitched sound, but with a lot of rasp. Very quick, but level-toned. Quit following me. So everything is enunciated. Everything's kind of delivered with a little bit of an air of haughtiness. He knows what he's talking about. Toma, I'm your new buddy, Toma. Very quick, smiley, happy, a lot of musicality in there, slight nasal, very high pitched. Venti.
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
Everything is nasal, higher pitched, pushed forward. Not everything is enunciated, and there's a lot of musicality in the way he speaks, like a bard would.
Zhongling, out of the frying pan into the fire.
Very high pitched, enunciated, clear voiced, happy, smiley.
Frying pan into the fire.
Zhao, conquering demons is what I do. Very raspy, very enunciated, thought out, punchy. You know, a lot of sighs and huffs as well. Stingcho, chivalry will never die. Very enunciated, mid voice, not super nasal, kind of almost like regal sounding. Xinyan, I'm taking the stage. There's a lot of, like, there's a southern accent, very punchy, a slight rasp to her. Yeah, it kind of, musicality is associated with a southern accent as well, so that's already there. Yai Miko, well, what do we have here? It's very musical, mid-tone, and enunciated. Everything she says is very to the point. Yao Yao,
Pain, go away.
everything is very musical, high-pitched, small mouth, enunciated, but not fully enunciated because she's still a child.
Don't be scared.
Likes to scared. Like she uses certain words that she elongates as well. Yelan, I got a new letter from an informant. Very enunciated, huskier, lower toned voice. But there's also like a sharpness in the way she speaks. I got a letter from an informant, which adds like a sultriness to her vibe. Certain words are punched as well. Yoimiya,
welcome to Naganohara.
Very high-pitched, kind of like up and down, very musical, not very enunciated, giggly, happy, smile, bright.
Welcome to Naganohara.
Nasal as well. Yunjin,
which opera shall we perform today?
Very airy, mid to high tone, enunciated, a lot of thoughtfulness behind everything she's saying, kind of regal sounding. I'm going to tell you a story, sort of vibes. And last but not least, Zhongli. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memories? He has like a deeper tone, very musical, very enunciated and wistful at times, but yet there's a lot of projection and it's like a Shakespearean performative vibe with him. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, everybody.